Perfect. Well, let's begin. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to this Discover Aura event. It's lovely to have your company this morning. This is one of a series of Discover Aura webinars that we've been putting on to introduce Aura to those of you who are maybe a little familiar with it or not familiar with this at all. Now, the way that we run this is we have volunteers from across the Aura membership who will tell you a bit about their reasons for joining Aura, the benefits of being an Aura member, chat about some of the activities that Aura undertakes and the positioning of Aura within the market research world. So we have Nicholas Stevens with us, we have Maddie Horner, Bogdan Zaricki, Astrid Opati, and Julia Joski, who is our marketing, I was going to say guru, I don't want to use guru, it's a term that's overused, our marketing person who keeps us all on the straight and narrow. Now, we're expecting quite a number of people joining us this morning. The usual pattern is that it takes a little bit of time for people to get into the session, but we will begin and we can retrace some steps for those who are late into the meeting. So I should stop talking at this point and I will hand over to, who shall I hand over to?
Me. Thank you, Tom.
Maddie, it's all you. Sorry, I should have rehearsed that with you. That was
Not a
far from
problem.
smooth. It's your stage, Maddie.
Amazing. Thank you, Tom. And welcome. Good morning, everybody. I'm going to share my screen. So hopefully you can see my slides. Okay. Set this up. So as Tom said, I think we're expecting around 20 people to join. So I will kick off, but we might have a few extra people come through. But thank you so much for making time this morning. It's great to see you on the call. As a quick introduction, my name is Maddie, and in my day job, I work in the Insight team at Dr. Martens. But I have been volunteering with Aura since July last year, and the area that I look after at Aura is spreading the word to people who are not yet members to tell them all about the amazing community. And one of the ways that we do that is through this session where people who have either fairly recently joined and would like a refresh of, the benefits and how to get the most out of the membership. So I think we probably have a few existing members on the call too, but also for people who want to learn a little bit more about what it means to be part of the Aura community. So joined by some lovely members today to bring to life the benefits and what they get out of the membership. Before I get into the slides, it would be great if you could bob into the chat where you're calling from, as in your organisation, and if you are either an existing member or if you are not a member but interested in learning more about Aura. So I think the chat function should be working.
All right, let's join this call.
Centre Parks. Oh, lovely. Not currently a member.
Very exciting. Centre Parks is coming to my home territory here in the Scottish Borders within the next 2 years. We're all very excited about this. Yes, it's going to be a major fillip for the area. Fantastic.
Amazing. So hi Johnny, hi Nilesh. Thanks for bobbing in the chat. For anyone who's just joined, we're just doing a quick comment in the chat where you're calling from in terms of the company that you work for, and if you are a current Aura member or if you're not a member and you're here to learn more. So while those trickle in, let me move ahead. Morrison's not a member, want to learn more. Hi Olivia, thank you for joining. So before we get into the specific benefits, I'll give a quick introduction to what Aura is. So Aura is essentially an organization where we provide events and networking opportunities exclusively for people who work in client-side research or insight teams. So there's no agencies that can join. It's for people who, work client-side and want to really network with people who do similar jobs to them in other companies. The key thing to note about the organisation is that we are volunteer-led, which means that we're able to keep the costs relatively low for the membership, but also because most of us have, day jobs where we're doing this type of work day in, day out. It means that the content is really relevant and genuinely helpful for doing our day jobs. We do have a couple of contractors that work with us, so Tom and Julia, who are on the call, who do a fantastic job of organising the events and our marketing. But broadly speaking, we are completely volunteer-led. And a fun fact about Aura, which I only found out after I started volunteering a few months ago, is that it's actually been running for 60 years, which is quite incredible. And I think just a testimony to the the value that it's brought for so many years to lots of different insight teams. And yeah, we have members who, really get a huge amount of value out of it. And Nicola, Bogdan and Astrid will be telling you more about the value that they get. So in terms of the membership itself, as I've said, because most of us have day jobs doing our insight work, it means that whenever we do select either the criteria or the content for our events and networking opportunities, it's very relevant and high quality content. You're never going to be in a sales pitch in any of the Aura events or networking opportunities. We're all here to learn from each other and leverage the knowledge that exists from, people who do similar roles to you. And one of the big events that we actually have coming up in the next few months in July is what we call the Auras Awards. And some of you might have heard about this or even attended before. But last year at the Auras, we did a little video interviewing some of our members and some of our agency attendees at the awards. And they are going to bring to life in this video the benefits that they see from the Aura community. So hopefully the sound works. If it doesn't, please give me a shout, but let me press play.
I don't think this
Attending
works.
Aura events, I really look forward to.
Sorry,
Sorry, it does. I thought there was sound at the beginning, but sorry, my bad.
Okay, great.
Meeting other people, having an opportunity to talk about some of the things that are going on. And every time I come to one of the events, I make a connection that's kind of really helpful over the coming days and years.
There are very few bodies that bring client-side researchers together. Aura is one of the best, or is one of the main groups where people can actually collaborate, share best experiences, and just know that you're not alone.
I'm really looking forward to catching up with old friends and meeting you, essentially networking with a great bunch of people who really are passionate and brilliant at what they do.
The spirit, the community, I think, is really important when attending Aura events. And I think also just the opportunity to share ideas. I mean, we've approached Aura on a few different topics to help kind of run events, to provide content and stuff, and always just like really receptive to all sorts of different ideas. So I think that's really exciting.
It's great. It's all clients coming together to celebrate fantastic work and achievements. It's great because members actually nominate and vote for many of the awards, so it's very close to home. And there's a real sort of something special about winning an Aura. It's very coveted.
It's a great opportunity to develop as an individual, to connect to people and learn, and just really stay curious and bring that outside in thinking to your current position.
It's the range of people and expertise that you meet from different sectors with different varying backgrounds. And actually, I learned so much about my own profession from meeting all these people that I would never have met if I hadn't been an Aura member.
We've had great chances to meet other clients, other agencies as well, and really met some great people throughout the years through Aura, and looking forward to meeting kind of more and more over the years.
Amazing. So with that, I'm going to hand over to Nicola to tell, oh, no, we don't want that again, to tell you a bit more about what she gets from the Aura membership.
Thank you, Maddie. Morning, everyone. My name's Nicola Stevens. I've worked in Insight for a very long time, both at my last company, Capital One, and then more recently at Close Brothers that I left just recently. So very much the financial services side of things. I'm going to talk a little bit more in a moment about the different range of industries that the Aura membership covers, because that's one of the really important things. But for me, the most important thing is about how it helps my team development, because if you're a small team, as my team was at Close Brothers, so a team of four and five over the years, I don't want the team just to be learning from me. I want them to learn from other people, from other industries and other different experiences. How can that help spark new ideas for them? How can it help them build their various different connections? And what more can they bring back into the organization as different ideas, different ways of working and things to experiment with? And that's what Aura has been really, really helpful for me. So whether you are a leader of a team or whether you are one of a team, you will be really, really busy in your day jobs. And to be able to train and develop our people as a leader, having the opportunity for them to get inspiration and ideas from elsewhere is really, really important to me. And also linking on to the awards that Maddie was just talking about in the video you've seen. This is my team in 2023. We were privileged to be shortlisted and absolutely overjoyed to win return on investment for the Small Budget Award. Now that in terms of team credibility, just to get nominated, just to be on the shortlist was amazing. The PR and the brand value for our team within the organisation, absolutely fantastic, because of course we were able to talk to that about our stakeholders. It got more coverage of that project yet again, and for us in particular, the fact that it was the return on investment shows that doing insight, doing research, and leading to an outcome that benefited customers as well as the business side of thing was really, really important. So they're the two things that have made the most difference to our team, and one of the reasons why I've always been keen as an individual and for my teams to join Aura. On the next slide, we've got a couple of stats just to give you a flavour of what that looks like from the network that you are either already joined, and there's a few people on the call who are members and want to know more, or potentially could join. So friendly, inclusive, knowledge sharing are the kind of words that our other members, such as myself, tend to use. We have teams of one, lots and lots of teams of one, up to teams of about 20 plus. But most commonly, around half of the member base is a team of about 4 people. A huge range of industries, everything from not-for-profits through to financial services, retail, grocery. I mean, if you can think gambling, you can think of an industry, we probably have at least one member company already. And that at the moment is now over 900 individuals. So absolutely massive. Far more than just the ideas you would have within the 4 of you. We did a member survey recently, and I've got a couple of stats here that I wanted to just talk you through because I think it really brings it to life. So pretty much every team does some kind of research. 2/3 of the teams do some kind of market or trends analysis, and over half do competitor intelligence as well. So it's not just the breadth of people and industries, but the types of research activities and insight activities they're doing is really, really rich. And then just going back to talking about the amount of experience that's access to. I was really, really surprised by this. 70% of members have over 10 years worth of experience. So again, you think about the experiences that they have had and that they've had from other people, and that sort of exponential effect of who that they're working with. Now, the teams I've worked in have always been UK based, but around a quarter of members also do international work. So whether you are UK based, whether you're international, whether you're a small team, there's a lot to be gained from understanding like the different ideas and different experiences for our members. And for me, that's what's been most valuable, particularly when helping the team develop beyond ideas that are just mine, those sorts of things. So I think I'm handing now to Astrid to talk about her viewpoint.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Astrid Opetit. I work for Principality Building Society, which is also a financial provider. We didn't make it that way, but it just happened that the three volunteers that are on this call work for financial services. I'm based in Wales, and our team, when I joined, was a team of 3. So same as Nicola, I won't repeat, but you know, joining that network just gave me a really big breadth of knowledge and accessibility and networking. But for me, I joined Principality during COVID. So the webinar that Aura offered were really a way to learn. We are specialists in our companies, often you know, in different sectors, but not specifically about a product, but just about research and insights. So getting training and insight is not really easy. So for me, the webinar were the best, especially at a time where everybody was stuck at home. I didn't need to make the decision to join Aura because the company was already a member. And I was able to be introduced to a few people as well and widen my network, which again was really important when you couldn't meet people. The opportunity that I've had to attend Aura events as well face to face have been numerous, and I've been really lucky that my company is seeing this as a real way to you know, to bring knowledge and insights to the company. So we have, you know, the opportunity to attend, whether it's a webinar at home or it's a face-to-face event in London or Leeds that I've been to once. If we can move to the next slide, please. Thank you. So this is just to show you a bit of the breadth of the type of events that are offered by Aura. I think, as Maddie said, it's all client-led. So every presentation that is given or a webinar that is offered is always something that either has won an award or is something that we found could benefit the community. So it's not led by agencies. And as Nicola said, it is a wide breadth of sectors, as well as type of research and type of methodology, types of looking at the insight in a different way. On here, you've got 2 specific events that we've mentioned. So the awards, the Aura Awards, sorry. So we get to see people that have won and present their winning presentation, I suppose. But we also get a presentation, winning presentation from the MRS Award, from other, I guess, award-winning conferences. And the second one is the Working Well Together Charter, which is something that Aura created in collaboration with some agency to try to make client-side and agency work together. And if you're interested in that, you can go on the Aura website and find out more about it. If we go to the next slide, please. Every event that is offered is, whether it's face-to-face or webinar, is saved on the Aura website, and you can then go back to it, whether it's the slide or the recording. So it's all there for members, and you can see on the slide here the little lock saying member only. So if you're a member, you can access all of this. And I think the next slide, please. And these are the next events that are coming. So if you haven't yet and are interested in, as a non-member, you can access to 1 free event at Aura, and there is one next week. So that is your opportunity to have a look at, you know, the content and the quality of the insight that you get from Aura. And then there's the Auras as well in July, where we celebrate all the brilliant webinar and face-to-face event that have been over the year. So yeah, I think I'm passing back to Bogdan now. Thank you.
Yeah, so hi everyone, my name is Bogdan. As Astrid said, I complete a trio of volunteers working in financial services. I work for Paragon Bank in Solihull. So yeah, I started my career in market research agency side, and I've seen in the chat that there's been someone else as well, and I've seen Joni, who I worked along with as well. So hi, Johnny. Yeah, so starting my career agency side, it meant that basically we had experts all around. So if I was lacking knowledge on a certain aspect, there was always a shoulder to tap to ask a question and make sure that you get a full knowledgeable answer, really. So I feel like this was what I missed most when I transitioned to client side. Obviously, with the client side teams being smaller, in some instances, as Nicholas said, we have teams of just one person. So that's where I think Aura is filling the gap for me. So the most important aspects for me really are access to the Aura Knowledge Hub. So as Astrid hinted, whenever there's past events, if you didn't get the chance to attend, you will find the information on the Knowledge Hub, and similar for webinars. And there's loads of webinars from agencies in partnership with client organizations. So also meaning that you don't just get the agency spiel, you just get real case studies, so that those could also help you with building your business case if you're reaching for budget, just to show how other agencies have successfully worked with clients as well. And then obviously, if anyone has any questions, you can switch onto the forum, and there's various topics on there, so you can ask about anything really. There's no set restrictions. You can get unbiased agency feedback if you want to use an agency, or if you heard mixed reviews from an agency, or just looking for agency recommendations in general. So there's a very varied range of topics really in the forum. And if you can go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so just as examples, just to demonstrate how varied the topics are on the forum. So you can ask for basically anything. So from just general resources for inspiration, you can put questions in. If you have anything to share, you can add them in. And it's always useful for me that whenever I have a question or I'm not sure on anything, I'm sure that there will be someone else who had the same question, or they've had the same hurdle to pass as me. And on the odd occasion that I don't find an answer on the forum, you can always post a question. And you will get weekly updates in your inbox. So just for all forum posts in general, so you will get good engagement from other members as well. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah. So yeah, as I hinted previously, something that I think is quite important about agency recommendations, because we always know that agencies are very good at selling themselves. So it's always really good to validate what agencies are putting forward with actual experiences from other client organizations. So you can ask literally anything and everything about any agencies specific to projects. So if you, for example, like we have in here, agencies working specifically in education or high net worth individuals, and so on. If you go to the next slide, please. Yeah, and another topic of interest that we seen that gained a bit of traction recently was brand research. So alongside the webinars and the events that Aura has put together, we also have the specific forum topic as well, where we can just ask questions and engage with other client organizations around similar questions. And we've seen members in the past organizing ad hoc meetings, so you don't have to wait for Aura to organize a webinar on a specific topic. If you want to chat to other client-side researchers, you can always organize a meeting yourself to just discuss how things are going and how other organizations are running specific things. We go to the next slide, please. Yeah, so as I hinted in the in the beginning, anything that will happen in terms of events, webinars, everything will be available in the Knowledge Hub. So you can look by year, by specific topic as well, and obviously have the search function. And this is where you'll get, as I said, specific case studies with webinars presented by clients in association with agencies they work with, and you can see actual examples of how the work was put together and the impact it had in their business. Next slide, please. Yeah, so I think that was everything from me.
Thank you, Bogdan. So I'll just round out and then we can get into questions. So there's been a bunch of questions going on in the chat, which is great. So I'll try and reference some of those in case you haven't seen them in this, and then we can take further questions as well. So that's our 3 stories, what we get from it. If you spoke to any other Aura members, they will probably have even more slightly different perspectives, but broadly that supportive community in terms of the people, the forum, the events is definitely what comes through the most. So this is just a roundup of all of the things that we have talked about. So a couple of questions that were in the chat in terms of events and webinars. So there's at least 12 online events a year and at least 4 in-person events. Often it's more than that, but that's the base minimum. And there are regular emails that go out that let you know what's coming up, which ones are booking up fast, particularly some of those in-person ones. The online ones clearly don't have a limit, so anyone can go to that, which is fantastic. And they're all listed on the events page as well. The forum, as Bogdan was just talking about, is great for queries. It's what I used to encourage my team to use as well quite a bit. Was, well, I've got an idea of how you might tackle that, but what do other people think? And the brand one is really interesting. It led to a whole group of people meeting up on a call to discuss the particular challenge, and then a few months later there was actually a webinar that was run because of the demand. So the interaction that you have in the forum can help drive the types of events and the types of content, because clearly we're run by members for members, so that's what we're really trying to do. There's also been a number of different workshops with agencies. So whilst, as Maddie and Tom both said at the beginning, this is not a place for agencies to sell, there are a lot of co-presented workshops, webinars with agencies, because we work in partnership with them, as I'm sure you do with your agencies as well. And I've been on a few of them. They've been really, really helpful. Again, a different perspective, a different way of thinking, and it gives you some exposure to some people you might choose to work to in the future if you wanted to. And then, of course, the Aura Awards as well, the opportunity to submit your nominations, which is a fantastic exercise for teams to sit and reflect on the amazing work that they do, rather than just hurtling from one project to another, and to take the time out and really write about it. We know a lot of teams use those for, even if they don't get shortlisted, they use the way they've written their nominations to further promote their work internally in their own companies as well, which has been incredibly useful. And as you've seen through the deck as we've gone along, there's a number of quotes directly from our members in the yellow bubbles as we've gone along, so you can hear and see what it is exactly that other members have been saying as well. So there we go. I think I'm handing back to Maddie now.
Amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. I mean, yeah, I've been a member for maybe 5 years before volunteering, but still, when I hear back the benefits, it is incredible value for money for the amount that the membership costs, the amount of opportunities you have to learn from other people and really get your bespoke particular business question, to share that with people who do similar type of role is just, I find it absolutely invaluable, hence why I'm so happy to volunteer here. So I know that we've had some questions as we've gone, which have been great. If you would like to try one of our events for free, then you are more than welcome to do that. There's a QR code there to link you to our events page where you can sign up and try an event out for free. If you are thinking this is a no-brainer, we'd like to join, then there's also a QR code there that links you to the web page where you can do that. Off the back of this call, Julia will also send up a follow-up email with the slide presentation and information about how to join if you would like to. I will pause in case there are any additional questions that we haven't answered. So